So, how's everybody doing today? I certainly hope you're doing well. You know, it's that time for a chatty do. It sure is. So, in case you don't know how the chatty do works, how it works is you go get yourself something to drink, water, whiskey, wine, or coffee, or beer, or carrying on, maybe a soda pop, glass of milk, doesn't even matter. And then we have a toast. Then we talk about absolutely nothing, just a bunch of nonsense, right? So I'm going to give you a couple of moments to go get all that. You know, you might be listening to it in the background while you're racing off to get whatever it is you get. But anyway, there's a couple of things I did want to talk about. It's pretty serious stuff, right? And that is, okay, let's just talk about peaches real quick. I know this is strange. It's kind of random. But sometimes you have fellas calling their sweethearts peaches. And if you start having a deep thought about it, you start thinking, now, wait a minute. Why would fellas be calling their sweethearts peaches? I mean, is it because they look like a peach? I'm not really sure. I would doubt that that would be the case. Because it'd be like, you know, just boom, and then little arms and legs, and then, yeah, so that probably wouldn't be it. Is it because they're like, got this peach fuzz on it, and then because they're like real sweet people, right? I think maybe that's what it is. Then, and I think that people that call their sweethearts peaches, somehow it was incorporated from like an actual peach to a cocktail. Because then, of course, you got the fuzzy navel, right? And who came up with the fuzzy navel? Did a patron come up with the fuzzy navel? Did a waitress come up with the slogan or the word, the phrase, the drink called the fuzz, or was it a bartender? I mean, can you imagine? How did that work? Was there like a committee of bartenders that all gathered around a big old executive table at maybe TGIF's, thank God it's Fridays? Or maybe it was like the restaurants at Ramon's? Or maybe it was like a big old restaurant chain out there? Or maybe it was a big old hotel and they're all gathered around. You got all these executive bartenders sitting there. And they're all different uniforms of different nightclubs they work. And they're like, we need to come up with a new drink. And by golly, it's going to be called the Fuzzy Navel. Fuzzy Navel? Right? Because after all, they couldn't name it the Hairy Navel. Because nobody drank it. Nobody drank it. Would you, listen, if somebody came up to you and said, here's a Hairy Navel. Are you going to drink that? Oh, hell no, you're not. Not if you're male, female, son in between. You sure aren't. But if they said Fuzzy Navel, you'd probably be thinking about it. All right, let's go. Let's have a drink. Let's do it. Let's have a toast. Monty got a peach. I'm going to lay into this peach here because I like peaches. I don't know about you. I love them. They're so good. Monty likes them plums too, right? So when I get all plum tired, I just hang out. And you know, fan and graping, that's a good thing too. Let's go ahead and have our toast. Here we go. Here's to me. Here's to you. Here's to old. And here's to new. There we go. Ooh. Monty's drinking that gin and 7 again. I'm on the gin and 7 kick, right? This is the first drink I've had, so I shouldn't be stuttering or slurring or doing any hallway ping pong, none of that. So it just makes me wonder, how did they come up with the fuzzy navel? How did, you know, why people call their sweetheart peaches? I mean, I just don't even get it. Fellas, if you can help me out, because it's bothering me. Right? Shoot, you know what? I better wash this thing just in case. I sure better. Because, you know, you don't trust that people like handling your peaches. All right, here we go. That seems to have worked out pretty good. And that's another thing. You don't want to go to the market and get peaches, because everybody's handling them, right? And you don't know where their hands have been, right? So you got to wash your peaches. And this one here, I mean, look at the shape of it. It's so, and it's like, you know, if you squeeze it really hard, it'd just fall apart. And that's the only time, that's the only way to eat a peach. Sure is. And some people eat peaches different ways. Some people get out a knife and they, I know this is important stuff right here, okay? This is like, you know, I know you people just live for these kind of videos because they're so informative. And when you're like examining the peach before you, and you don't want to bite into a peach and find half a worm, right? Because that means the other half's, you're chewing on it, right? So you want to examine the peach, make sure there's nothing, like no little burrs in there, like one of them peach worms gets in there, right? So it looks all right. I washed it up real good. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is so juicy. Here, look at that. Look at the color. Look at the texture of this peach. It's just, and it's, you know what? I didn't bring a napkin. Can you believe that? Sure didn't. Here, let me get this over here. All right. Let me just lay this down. Put a little bib on, you know what I mean? That is absolutely delicious. But you see, when you got a mustache and a beard, it's kind of hard to eat a peach without all kinds of nonsense going on. As you saw, my nose got all hooked up in there, and oh, this is super, super delicious. I bet you never thought. I bet you never thought you'd see Monty eating a peach on camera, huh? Here's the problem with eating a peach. They're so damn messy. You don't want to be eating peaches. You don't want to be eating peaches like an apple in your vehicle, because then your hands get all like peach juice all over it, and it's sticky, and then you're trying to hang on to your steering wheel, and you go to turn like this, and it's kind of drying already, and it's so damn sticky, right? Or you try to turn and you try to let go and you can't let go because your fingers are stuck to the steering wheel. And then of course you get around the peach pit, right? And all the peach juice is all over you. You better have a napkin with you. Like Monty, I just got a napkin. I don't know why. And then the juices just start running down your arms like that. I can't even control it. And it takes no time to eat peach. That is delicious. See how quick that was? And as far as I know, peaches are really good for you. This isn't really a napkin right here. I mean, you don't want anything, you know, going to waste at all. Then you gotta like really clean up. I mean, it's like it takes, as you saw, it takes less than a couple of minutes to be eating a peach, and it takes twice as long to be cleaning up. Did I get everything? I can't tell. I can't see myself, right? It's one of those kind of cameras, just looking at the camera, you're done. That was delicious. You know what? Let's have another drink. Let's do it. Ooh, delicious. You know what I think it's time for? I think we should fire up a cigar. You realize it's been almost, Monty's going on almost 2 months not smoking a cigarette. You believe that? Ooh, that's good stuff right there. Sure is. So let's fire up a cigar and have a little bit more in-depth talk about really important topics like the one about peaches and fuzzy navels and all that. So let's go over here and get this here. Oh, that smells delicious. Now, here's another thing too. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he kind of got a little bit upset with me because I think I was supposed to contact him or call him, email him, something like that, and I didn't do it because I just forgot. I mean, Monty's got a good memory, but sometimes you space things out. So he was getting a little agitated. He's like, I was like, Bud, settle down. I've been working a lot. I got a lot of things on my plate. Like peaches, right? Give me a break. Damn, I simply forgot, because we all forget things, right? He goes, geez, I think you have Alzheimer's. You know what I told him as soon as he said that? I said, I'll forget you said that. Oh, we laughed so damn hard. We were laughing so hard my sides were hurting. Oh, that's hysterical. See, that's what it is. You gotta have fun in life, even if somebody's like getting on you about forgetting something. Right? And then, of course, I gotta mention this. As well. Because Mr. Amos was helping Monty install some tile over there at Mama Graph's house. Sure was. And Mr. Amos came up with Mama Graph. I mean, listen, Monty's been online for damn near 30 years. And I don't think I ever heard anybody say Mama Graph, but it was absolutely hysterical. Oh, you should see this floor too. It's like perfect. Perfect. We're talking about 12 by 24s. And for all you floor installers out there, you know who you are. I don't know about you, but I back butter everything. I sure do. Because and you know how you slap the tile on there to make sure you get seats good. You get that you get that like suction action going on. So that way it gets out all the air bubbles and stuff. Right? You should see this job. I mean, it is perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Mr. Amos did a real good job. He sure did. He did. But of course, he's being taught by the pro. You know, the professional. Right? See how that works? But the Mama Graph, that was... that was still funny. Still funny now. Sure is. Now, for all you ladies out there, and I don't know, maybe fellers or something in between, you've been inquiring about the next story time. We got one all finished. We sure do. You realize I got this story figured out in 45 minutes. From driving from my workplace to driving home is about 40-45 minutes. And we got a whole story figured out. Got all the little quirks and little bugs out of him. Oh, it's a good story. I'll tell you what, it sure is. It's about a fella that goes to prison unjustly. Not really prison, more like jail. And he escapes. You ain't gonna believe how he escapes. I tell you what, it's kind of like the Monograph's version of the Shawshank Redemption. Sure is. Oh, it's a good story too. I told him about maybe, I hadn't practiced yet, but I reckon it'll probably take maybe 40, 55 minutes. It'll be perfect. It'll be under an hour. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. So I'll probably publish that maybe tomorrow night or Sunday. I hadn't really decided because Monty's incredibly busy. I don't have time to, give certain people attention from Providence, Rhode Island that are begging for my attention. I just don't have time. I don't have time to respond to people out of, San Antonio, Texas. I don't have time. I just don't have time. Or Corpus Christi or wherever the heck they're from. I don't have time to, to be responding from janitors, that are out there in Canada. I just don't have the time. I really don't, But I always got the time to tell them stories. And I always got the time to, publish that music. Now that's another thing. There's going to be some really big changes coming up for the Monograph channel. Pretty substantial, pretty monstrous changes. In other words, I think what's going to happen, and we're trying to set it up now, that video allocation embed codes are going to be pulled from my private domain servers and is going to go over to Patreon for real, full time. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. In other words, you know, for like the story times and for the maybe the music videos that, you know, I might do a little sharing, but the thing is, in other words, sharing on the Monograph channel and the Patreon. And listen, I don't want people getting crazy. Go over there and give me a nickel if you can. Alright? We're talking a nickel. I'm serious. It ain't about that. The reason why I want to do it, the way I'm thinking about doing, the way I'm going to do things, is because I'm going to have a lot more control. If the videos are on my private servers, right, then I don't have to worry about some sort of arbitrary, invisible, not really sure, kind of one-sided TOS problems, right? And plus, Monty wants to start doing stories that fall in the realm of romance and erotica, that sort of thing. Does that make sense? So the embed codes will be pulled from those servers into Patreon, and I'm being totally serious. So for you ladies that like romance, and you know how I can tell a story, I'm going to be doing a lot of romance stories, sure am, erotica, that sort of thing, right? And I'm serious. Go over there and give me a nickel. I don't know if you can give a nickel. Can you do a nickel? That'll be working out okay. Because I don't want you getting too crazy, right? So, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Plus, of some other reasons. You know? But anyway, that's probably going to be full swing come March. Now, I do want to do some live shows on YouTube because it'd be a lot of fun. We do like Storytime Live, where all the chatters be in there chatting and so on and so forth. And then I just pick a bunch of screen names and build a whole story live. And it'll all be a bunch of cockamamie nonsense. It'd be fun. It'd be like the blue team, like Blog TV. You know how it is. Be like, damn, Monty, you sure excited? Sure, of course I'm excited. Friday. Not that that means anything, because Monty has to work Saturday and Sunday. We got to go back to Momographs and install some hardwood floor. We're talking about like the full Monty. We're talking about the total remodel, you know. Sure am. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on. There sure is, but there always is. Then, of course, we're going to go into the music studio and record some more brand new music. Listen, I swear to goodness, I am working on that Haunted Heart. It's just, you know, I'm not going to publish that damn prize music video until it's perfect. Just not going to do it. So, I'm waiting till mid to late September. Actually, it's going to be late September 24th. Yeah, it's going to be late September. So, hopefully I'll have that published by late September, before the end of September. I know I'm behind schedule. I apologize. But listen, I want to make sure that every single one of those letters that you sent me is in that video. So that way nobody's left out. Not like the Century Memories, where we only used 166 of the postcards to make the custom-made outfit. And then there was like well over 100, 200 or 300 postcards that weren't even used because they couldn't be used because of space, right? It's not going to be like that for the Haunted Heart. Every single letter that was sent is going to be in that video. We're going to make damn sure of it. So, anyway, that's why it's taking so long. I'm sorry about that, but that's just facts. So I'm just keeping you informed. If you want to yell at me in the comment section, I understand. So anyway, that's a big ball of wax right there, isn't it? For everybody else, please, by all means, chime in. I'm Monograph, and if you can't speak freely, you are simply not free. Have a good night.